What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, you're deeply entangled with realities you don't even want? That the life you're experiencing, the struggles, the patterns, the persistent challenges, aren't random occurrences, but precisely calibrated reflections of an invisible entanglement you've been unaware of. This might be the most important message you hear this year. Most people approach manifestation like it's a battle to be won through sheer force of will. They visualize intensely, repeat affirmations religiously, and practice gratitude diligently, yet remain frustrated when their reality stubbornly refuses to shift. There's a profound reason for this, hiding in plain sight. The quantum field isn't responding to what you're trying to do. It's responding to who you're being at the deepest levels of your consciousness. Your reality isn't something separate from you that needs to be changed. It's literally entangled with you at the quantum level. Every experience, every pattern, every circumstance in your life is intimately connected to your deepest programming, often in ways completely invisible to your conscious mind. And here's the startling truth. Attempting to manifest a new reality while remaining entangled with your current one is like trying to tune your radio to a new station while keeping your finger firmly pressed on the current frequency button. The universe can only mirror back the dominant signal you're emitting. This entanglement, this silent, invisible connection between your deepest beliefs and your external reality, is the missing piece that explains why so many sincere seekers remain stuck in cycles of frustration despite their best efforts. Pause with that for a moment. Take a deep breath. Today, we're going to explore the profound science and spiritual wisdom of quantum entanglement as it applies to your life. We'll uncover how your unconscious ties are shaping your experience of scarcity, why your relationships keep repeating painful patterns, how silent anxiety blocks your spiritual awakening, and most importantly, how to consciously disentangle yourself from these limitations and step into a reality aligned with your soul's true desires. This isn't about adding more techniques to your spiritual practice. It's about understanding the fundamental nature of reality itself and your place within it as a conscious creator. Let's strip this down to something beautifully simple. Quantum physics has revealed that at the most fundamental level, everything in our universe exists as waves of probability until observed. This phenomenon, known as the observer effect, suggests that consciousness itself plays a crucial role in determining which potential reality becomes actualized. But here's what most people miss. It's not just your conscious observation that collapses these waves of possibility into your experience. It's primarily your subconscious mind, that vast, largely invisible part of you that holds your deepest beliefs, emotional patterns, and energetic signatures, that's constantly collapsing waves of probability into your physical reality. Think of it this way. Imagine your consciousness as a powerful quantum field that's constantly entangled with infinite potential realities. Each of these realities exists simultaneously as waves of probability, but only certain waves collapse into your experience, specifically the ones that resonate with your dominant internal frequency. This is where entanglement becomes so crucial to understand. In quantum physics, entanglement describes a phenomenon where particles become connected in such a way that the quantum state of each particle cannot be described independently of the others. Even when separated by vast distances, what happens to one instantaneously affects the other. Your consciousness works in a remarkably similar way. Your deepest beliefs, emotional patterns, and energetic signatures are entangled with specific potential realities in the quantum field. And this entanglement is so powerful that it literally prevents other possibilities from manifesting in your experience. Let me give you a simple metaphor. Imagine your consciousness as a vast ocean with countless currents. These currents are your thought patterns, emotional habits, core beliefs, and energetic signatures. Most of these currents operate far beneath the surface of your awareness, in your subconscious mind. Now imagine that each current in this ocean is entangled with specific experiences in your external reality. The financial struggles, the repeated relationship patterns, the persistent health challenges, all are intimately connected to these subconscious currents. The critical insight is this: attempting to change your external reality while these entanglements remain intact is like trying to redirect the surface waves while the deep currents continue flowing in their established patterns. The force of the entanglement will always overpower your conscious intentions. This is why affirmations, visualizations, and other manifestation techniques often fall short. They're addressing the surface waves while leaving the deep currents and their entanglements untouched. True transformation occurs not through doing more, but through a fundamental shift in being. When Joe Dispenza speaks about becoming the frequency of what you want to attract, he's describing the process of shifting your entire energetic signature, conscious and subconscious, to disentangle from old patterns and entangle with new possibilities. When Bruce Lipton explains how our subconscious programming shapes our biology and experience, he's illuminating how these deep entanglements actually create our physical reality. And when Neville Goddard teaches about assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, he's offering a direct path to shifting these entanglements at their energetic core. The field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are, to the sum total of your conscious and unconscious entanglements. And these entanglements are largely emotional in nature. This brings us to the critical role of coherence, particularly between your heart and brain. The HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that when your heart and brain are in coherence, they generate a powerful unified electromagnetic field that extends beyond your physical body. This coherent field is what interacts with the quantum field of possibilities. When your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions are aligned, when you're in a state of coherence, you emit a clear, powerful signal that can begin to shift your entanglements. But when there's incoherence, when your conscious desires conflict with your subconscious programming, when your thoughts say one thing but your emotions signal another, you create interference patterns that maintain your existing entanglements. Take a moment now to reflect. Where in your life do you feel most stuck? What patterns keep repeating despite your best efforts to change them? These are the signposts pointing to your deepest entanglements. Now let's explore the specific ways these entanglements manifest in your life, and how to begin the process of conscious disentanglement. Most people trying to manifest abundance make a critical error. They focus intensely on what they want to create while remaining energetically entangled with scarcity. They visualize wealth while their bodies still carry the vibrational signature of financial stress. They affirm abundance while their nervous systems remain calibrated to lack. This creates a split signal, a form of quantum incoherence that keeps them entangled with the very reality they're trying to escape. Your subconscious mind carries what we might call a quantum memory of your deepest beliefs about money and abundance. These beliefs were formed through your personal experiences, cultural conditioning, and even ancestral patterns. They create an energetic signature that resonates with and attracts corresponding experiences in the quantum field. If you're carrying the vibrational signature of not enough, money is hard to come by, or wealth requires struggle, these frequencies are entangled with experiences that match them, regardless of your conscious desires or intentions. Here's a practical exercise to begin disentangling from scarcity consciousness. First, close your eyes and bring awareness to your body. Where do you feel tension, contraction, or discomfort when you think about money? These physical sensations are the somatic expressions of your entanglement with scarcity. Now, imagine breathing space and light into these areas. Allow them to soften and expand. As you do this, silently acknowledge, I release my entanglement with scarcity. I allow my energy to disentangle from lack. Next, consciously choose to entangle with abundance by embodying its frequency. How would your body feel if financial abundance was your natural state? How would you breathe, stand, move through the world? Begin to embody these qualities now, not as a future possibility, but as your present reality. This isn't pretending or faking it until you make it. It's consciously shifting your energetic signature to create new entanglements with the reality you desire to experience. Your relationships follow a similar pattern of entanglement. Have you noticed how you tend to attract the same types of partners, friends, or colleagues even when their outer appearances differ? This is quantum entanglement at work. Your consciousness emits a specific frequency based on your deepest beliefs about relationships, worthiness, and love. This frequency creates a field of resonance that attracts experiences and people who match it. If you're subconsciously entangled with the belief that relationships always end in betrayal, I'm not worthy of unconditional love, or intimacy isn't safe, these frequencies will draw corresponding experiences into your reality, regardless of how much you consciously desire healthy, fulfilling connections. The neuroscience of attachment further illuminates this process. Your early attachment patterns created neural networks in your brain that continue to influence how you perceive and engage in relationships. These neural networks are physically entangled with your quantum field, creating a template for the relationships you experience. Here's a 3-step technique for shifting these entanglements. First, identify the core wound or belief underlying your relationship patterns. What message did you internalize early in life about your worthiness, safety, or value in relationships? This is the root of your entanglement. Second, consciously release this entanglement through a simple but powerful practice. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Breathe deeply and state, I consciously release my entanglement with the core wound or belief. I choose to disentangle from this pattern now. Third, intentionally entangle with the frequency of the relationships you desire to experience. Close your eyes and feel what it would be like to be in relationships characterized by mutual respect, deep connection, and authentic love. Let this feeling permeate your entire being, your thoughts, emotions, and physical body. Remember, you're not trying to attract a specific person. You're shifting your own frequency to entangle with the reality where fulfilling relationships are your natural experience. Many spiritual seekers find themselves in a peculiar paradox. The more they strive for awakening, peace, or enlightenment, the more it seems to elude them. This happens because they remain entangled with the very state they're trying to transcend: anxiety, separation, or spiritual seeking itself. There's a profound dissonance between their desire for peace and their vibration of restless seeking. They perform spirituality, meditating, attending retreats, reading sacred texts, while their nervous systems remain entangled with anxiety and disconnection. The silent factor draining your energy and preventing peace is this vibrational mismatch, this entanglement with frequencies that contradict your conscious intentions. The trap of performative spirituality keeps many seekers caught in endless cycles of searching without finding. They accumulate spiritual experiences and knowledge while remaining entangled with the identity of the seeker, the one who hasn't yet arrived. Here's a mental model for transmuting this frustration into elevated intention. Recognize that awakening isn't something to be achieved in the future, it's the recognition of what's already present. Your entanglement with future-oriented seeking keeps you from experiencing the peace that's available now. Practice the principle of the observer by creating space between yourself and your experience. Rather than being entangled with your thoughts and emotions, simply observe them with compassionate awareness. This slight shift in perspective begins to disentangle you from identification with mental and emotional states. Finally, embody the frequency of presence. How does your body feel when you're fully present? How does your breath flow? How does your energy move? Begin to inhabit this state now, not as a goal to be reached, but as your natural condition. Most manifestation attempts fail because the desire itself becomes entangled with doubt, fear, or unworthiness almost immediately. Like oil and water, these contradictory frequencies create a scrambled message to the field. The subconscious mind, which doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality, begins to sabotage your desires by entangling them with past disappointments and future anxieties. Pure intention, by contrast, is a single coherent frequency, a clear signal to the quantum field. Its desire untainted by doubt, fear, or attachment to outcomes. How can you tell if your frequency is aligned or entangled with doubt? Pay attention to subtle signals. Do you feel contraction or expansion when contemplating your desire? Does energy flow freely through your body, or do you sense areas of blockage? Do you feel peace about the manifestation process or anxiety about getting it right? These signals reveal whether you're entangled with trust or doubt, alignment or resistance. To recalibrate your manifestation field, practice holding your desires lightly, with trust rather than attachment. Feel the essence of what you want to create without fixating on specific forms or timelines. Allow your desire to be a pure expression of your soul's evolution rather than a remedy for perceived lack. Perhaps the most profound aspect of quantum entanglement is the observer effect, the phenomenon where the act of observation affects the reality being observed. Your perception isn't passive, it's a creative force that literally shapes the reality you experience. But here's the crucial insight. It's not just your conscious perception that shapes reality, but your unconscious patterns of observation as well. These unconscious patterns create a form of perceptual entrainment, a tendency to notice and experience what your subconscious is programmed to expect. This is why two people can experience the same situation in radically different ways. The blindness of the observer refers to your inability to see the very patterns that keep you entangled with limiting realities. You can't see your own entanglements because you're looking through them, not at them. One of the most persistent myths about the law of attraction is that it's primarily about positive thinking or visualization. The deeper truth is that it's about coherence, alignment between your conscious and unconscious frequencies. Another myth is that manifestation requires constant effort and control. In reality, surrender can be more powerful than intention in creating profound shifts. When you release your grip on how reality should unfold, you create space for new entanglements to form. This surrender isn't passive resignation. It's active trust in the intelligence of the field to orchestrate circumstances beyond your conscious awareness. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, where am I trying to control outcomes rather than trusting the process? Where might surrender create space for something greater than what my limited perception can envision? The subconscious mind isn't just a storage facility for beliefs and memories. It's a living matrix of energy that connects your individual consciousness to the collective field. Within this matrix lie both the roots of your suffering and the seeds of your purpose. Many people remain entangled with suffering because they haven't recognized its purpose in their evolution. Every pain pattern carries a message. Every struggle contains a gift. When you approach your suffering with curiosity rather than resistance, you begin to uncover these hidden treasures. Emotional coherence, the alignment between your conscious intentions and subconscious feelings, becomes your beacon for attracting your deepest desires. This coherence isn't about forcing positive emotions, but about creating internal harmony through authentic integration of all aspects of your experience. Let me share a real story that illustrates this principle. Sarah had spent years entangled with financial struggle and emotional pain, despite countless manifestation attempts. During a profound meditation, she realized she was energetically entangled with her father's belief that money corrupts good people, a program she had unconsciously absorbed in childhood. Instead of fighting this pattern, she approached it with compassion and curiosity. She recognized how this belief had actually been trying to protect her, keeping her safe from potential corruption. With this awareness, she consciously released her entanglement with this limiting belief. Not through force, but through understanding and integration. She held space for both her desire for abundance and her fear of losing her integrity, allowing them to harmonize rather than conflict. Within months, opportunities began flowing into her life that aligned with both her values and her financial goals. Her entanglement with suffering had transformed into an entanglement with purposeful abundance. Perhaps the most challenging aspect of conscious creation is patience, not the passive waiting of resignation, but the active patience of trust and alignment. Many seekers make a fatal error in trying to control the timing of manifestation. They set deadlines for the universe, grow frustrated when results don't appear on schedule, and inadvertently entangle themselves more deeply with the very lack they're trying to transcend. Nature offers profound wisdom about vibrational patience. A seed doesn't force its way into becoming a tree. It simply embodies the frequency of growth, consistently, patiently, without anxiety about the outcome. Similarly, anxiety about manifestation creates a frequency of lack and urgency that blocks the natural flow of abundance. It's a signal to the field that what you desire is absent, reinforcing its absence in your experience. Vibrational patience, by contrast, is the art of maintaining coherent alignment with your desire, while releasing attachment to when and how it manifests. It's trusting that the quantum field is orchestrating circumstances far beyond what your conscious mind can envision. This patience isn't passive. It's an active practice of maintaining coherence regardless of external circumstances. It's continuing to embody the frequency of what you desire, even when there's no physical evidence of its manifestation. Take a moment now to reflect on where you might be forcing manifestation rather than allowing it to unfold in divine timing. Where could releasing control actually accelerate your alignment with desired outcomes? As we bring this exploration to a close, I invite you to recognize the profound power you hold as a conscious creator. Your reality isn't happening to you. It's happening through you, as a reflection of your deepest entanglements. The journey we've outlined isn't about accumulating more techniques or information. It's about becoming aware of your existing entanglements and consciously choosing new ones aligned with your soul's evolution. Remember, sustainability is the master key of quantum shift. This isn't about perfect alignment, but about consistently returning to coherence when you wobble. Integrate these principles through daily practice. Regular awareness of your entanglements through body scanning and emotional honesty. Conscious disentanglement from limiting frequencies through compassionate release. Intentional entanglement with desired realities through embodiment and coherence. Community support from others engaged in similar work. This journey has no finish line. It's an ongoing evolution of becoming someone who lives as a conscious creator, a co-creator with the intelligent field that permeates all existence. Take a deep breath now. Feel the potential of this moment, the infinite possibilities entangled with your consciousness right now. I invite you to join this community of conscious creators by subscribing to this channel. Your presence here is no accident. It's part of a larger entanglement with awakening and transformation. In the comments below, share one word that represents the frequency you're choosing to entangle with going forward. This simple act sends a powerful signal to the field, anchoring your intention in shared consciousness. Thank you for your presence, your attention, and your commitment to conscious creation. Until next time, remember, your reality is entangled with your deepest being. Choose wisely what you entangle with, and watch as the universe rearranges itself to reflect your highest truth.